Hi, everyone. So this week we are talking about what to do when we see a problem like 100 more than 146 or 100 less, 10 more, 10 less, one more, one less. And really the goal is that by this point, we should have a good understanding of place value, ones, tens, and hundreds, that this should be easy to do because we can visualize the place values for these numbers and know that 100 more is really just making this 100 into a 200. Earlier in the year, when we saw these kind of problems, students were trying to do like 100 more and they were trying to add in 100 ones. Yes, that's true, but it's easier if you just visualize that this is the hundreds place. So you're going to add here. So today's homework looks like this. It has a chart, and for each number, they'll do 100 more, 100 less, 100 more, 10 less, things like that. So for this, there are lots of different strategies we use. Some of the kids were actually writing out equations. That would be like 100. For 100 more, it would be 100 plus 146. You could do any number on top or bottom and use their knowledge of place values. Start in the ones. 0 plus 6 is 6. 0 plus 4 is 4. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, that's one of the strategies they could use. Also, a lot of the students were drawing this out today. So 100, 4 tens, and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they know 100 more is just adding in one more 100. So the answer for this is going to be 246. So I really want the kids to see that you're not doing anything to the tens and the ones when it says 100 more. You're just focusing on that hundreds place. For 100 less, it's going to be the same thing, focused on the hundreds place, but you are just going to take away the 100. So starting back at 146, we don't want to go from 246 and do 100 less. We want to go back to 146. This will be like our starting point for all of these. 146, 100 less than that. Just take it away. And what do you have left? Just 46. The same thing will be true with 10 more, 10 less, one more, one less, but we're just changing the place value that we are specifically looking at. So for 10 more, you're going to be looking at the 10. So this 4 is going to get one more 10. Instead of adding 10 tens, we're just going to add one more 10. When it says 10 more, you just add one more 10. And I'll draw in back this 100 because we're starting back at 146. So 10 more is 156. Okay. And then same thing. Just make sure that we're starting back at this base number here, 146. And you'll do that for the ones as well and for the rest of this. So lots of different strategies they can use to solve it. Some of the kids were already memorizing this, not memorizing, but visualizing it in their heads. And they could do that independently. So lots of different strategies. I really don't care which ones they decide to use, but really we want to use our knowledge of place value to understand that when we're working with 100 more, 100 less, it's just adding in one more 100 or taking out 100. Same thing with tens. Let's focus on the tens place. Let's focus on the ones place for ones. Let me know if you have any questions.